The ZEUS rod recently received its long-awaited nerf, which is very unfortunate, but today I'm going to be comparing the former ZEUS rod versus the newest ZEUS rod to kind of show you guys that the ZEUS rod is still actually really good. Matter of fact, maybe too good. It might actually get another nerf, but we're not going to get into that. I'm basically just going to show you guys why the ZEUS rod is actually still good and just compare the, former and present ZEUS rod. Anyways, let's get right into it. This helps you guys at all. Make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, so first thing first, I actually have the ZEUS rod pulled up on the official fish wiki, so I can basically show you guys how the rod actually got nerfed or whatever. Basically, look at this. Control nerfed 0.25 to 0.15. And this is kind of the big thing here. Fixed ZEUS rod passive luck boost. If you don't know what the passive is, I will just read it to you guys right here. Each catch offers a 10% chance to turn the nearby area into a thunderstorm that lasts for 5 minutes. The thunderstorm will double the effects of shakes, basically meaning you can catch fish almost 2 times faster already, and will mutate 95, which is basically every single fish, with the electric shock mutation. And if you didn't know, it's not that crazy, but it gives a 3.5 times value multiplier. And basically, it was so OP because basically the passive, every time you used it, it would stack, meaning no matter what, it would always be 3.5 times more value, no matter what the fish, no matter where you were fishing, which is why the rod was so OP in the first place. So it wasn't actually OP, it was technically just a glitched rod, but it actually still is OP, and let me show you guys why. All right, so first of all, it's a 10% chance every time you cast for it to, basically turn the whole area into a ZEUS storm or whatnot. And yes, that's a little low, but as you guys can, I literally got it first try. So now every single fish I catch after this is going to be 3.5 times X because it's going to have the electric shock mutation. Basically meaning, brother, this thing is still good. You kind of just have to get a little lucky, and it might take a couple, as you guys can see, I got the electric shock trout, and it is what it is. But basically, all right, all I really have to say is that the rod is still good because you can still literally do exactly what it was gonna do before it got nerfed. But the rod also does have some problems, and let's kind of get into that. First of all, when they nerfed the control, that was actually genuinely a big nerf. From 30% control to 0.15 is a huge difference. I mean, brother, 0.15 is literally half of what it used to be. Meaning, if you're trying to catch really crazy fish, if you're trying to catch, exotics, secrets, ZEUS rod probably is not going to be able to do that really well, especially if you're trying to fish AFK, which is why if you are specifically trying to catch rare fish and not just trying to catch as much kind of rare fish so you can make a bunch of money as fast as possible, that is probably when I would recommend for you guys to switch to another rod. But if your only goal is making money and not really catching super cool fish, that is when I would suggest to switch away from the ZEUS rod. So I will actually be letting you guys know the 9 alternatives. No, there's not 10 because the ZEUS rod is still the second best money making rod in the game. And off of that, I'll give you my first alternative with this, which is the ethereal prism rod. And yes, it costs 15 million. So I don't really have to say much about that. It's very expensive, but if you grind with the ZEUS rod, and yes, you still can grind with the ZEUS rod, it is the second best money making rod in the entire game. You can easily get to 15 million in probably just a couple days, especially if you're, fishing with a I can't say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, overall, ZEUS rod is still good, but if you do not want the ZEUS rod just because you kind of want to catch rare fish, which is you can catch rare fish, but you can't catch hard to catch fish. Let's say you're fishing in the Kraken room and you actually get onto a Kraken, most likely you're not going to catch that Kraken just because the control is super low, meaning, it's not going to be great, and the resilience is already pretty low at 20%, and you can technically catch a Kraken, but if you're fishing AFK, that Kraken's probably gonna have to say goodbye, which is why I recommend these rods. Okay, let me give you my 9. Okay, matter of fact, I don't even have 9 for you guys. I literally have 8. The first one is the Rod of the Depths, which is way cheaper, and honestly, once again, I probably wouldn't recommend that one just because the resilience and control is also kind of bad, but it is the rod of the depths, meaning the passive can literally catch the cool fish for you if you get really lucky. Technically meaning this could work better than the Zeus rod if you're trying to catch really big and hard to catch fish. But number 6 is the no life rod, and this rod has pretty good control, which is why I would recommend it, along with the fact that it has the slicing passive. If it didn't have the slicing passive, I honestly wouldn't recommend it, but as you guys can see, it literally slices, meaning even if it is a big fish, your control bar will go up so fast to the point that it won't even be an issue, which is why the no life rod is really good. Anyways, next rod I recommend if you want to catch super cool and rare fish is the Kraken rod. 0.2 control, 15% resilience. It's just teensy weensy bit better than the Zeus rod. No, it's not a lot better, but if you use the Kraken rod as well as the coral bait, you will be able to easily lure in whatever fish you guys are trying to catch. Sorry, I had to crack my neck real quick. But yeah, Kraken rod is really good, as well as the rod of the Forgotten Fang, which honestly, I don't have to say too much about this one because, dude, the rod, you don't even get it to level 750. And by level 750, you guys will probably have the 15 million you need for the ethereal prism rod, which actually is the best money-making rod in the game, especially if you get steady on it. But all right, listen, I got 2 more rods, and one is the seraphic rod, so I'm not even gonna go over that. You get it at level 1000, and the other one is the auric rod. And this rod's good, and I can't really like give my opinion on it because I don't have it. You basically get it out of sunken treasure chests, and it's like a 2% chance. But this actually has the same problem as the Zeus rod to like, you can't catch rare fish with this. I'll be completely honest. This is just another money-making alternative to the Zeus rod because I know some of you guys are just mad at fish and you don't want to use the Zeus rod. But if you get this one out of the sunken chest, it is the 3rd best money-making rod in the game. 3 is Zeus rod. 3 is this rod. 2 is Zeus rod, and number 1 is the ethereal prism rod. But yeah, okay, let me now just say my opinion on the Zeus rod. Okay, I honestly knew it was gonna get nerfed. I made it. If you guys didn't know, I literally made a video like the day or 2 days before it got nerfed called top 10 rods that are going to get nerfed, and the thumbnail of the video was the Zeus rod. So we can kind of say that I predicted that this was gonna happen. Hopefully fish didn't see my video and decide, oh yeah, you're right, I do need to nerf the Zeus rod. But yeah, okay, I'm sorry if I actually got the Zeus rod nerfed for you guys. It was a really good rod, but you know. Anyways, I think the Zeus rod is still a good rod, even though they fixed the passive. To be honest, it was a glitch. I will be completely real. It was a glitch. It's not just supposed to infinitely make freaking Zeus pools, which is why the nerf was happening. Okay, like I knew it was gonna happen, which is why I posted the video. I love the Zeus rod because it's still the 2nd best money-making rod in the game. And if you don't have the money to get the ethereal prism rod, the Zeus rod is still great. Anyways, you guys, that's my take on the Zeus rod. If you don't agree with me, just go ahead and leave it in the comments. But almost every fish pro I've talked to has kind of told me the same thing, that Zeus rod is still really good. Don't worry about it, which is why I'm kind of agreeing with them. I'm on the same side, all right? I'm on your guys' side anyways, all right? If this video helped you at all, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace!